All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. First time ever being on YouTube Live. And I want y'all to excuse me I know y'all wondering like why I'm in the dark or whatever like that, but I'm actually in my bed. I'm all the way up, but I'm actually in my bed. I'm just recovering from a cold and sinus. And so I'm just trying to regroup myself. But in the midst of me, laying in bed, I just been on YouTube and been watching different things and different stuff and different people outtake on the MPC Key 37. You know what I'm saying? And I want to give my intake on what I feel about the MPC Key 37. First off, I want to give big shout out to Akai and the way they've been producing their products and everything. It's been truly amazing. I really love the Akai products and what they have brought in over the years of production. You know what I'm saying? My first very own MPC that I've owned was an MPC 2000 XL, and it was given to me from a Baton Rouge legend, a Baton Rouge legend. He goes by the name of CeeLo, and he actually gave me a maxed out MPC 2000 XL. Um, it was maxed out with the RAM, and I think the max RAM on it was 64 megabytes, and it was still a lot to capture and to hold on that actual unit. And it also had like all the outputs on it, so I had more than one output on the actual MPC itself. So it was fully maxed out and everything. You know, that was my very first own MPC. Um, I've worked on the MPC 3000 um, when I was going into a studio out here in Baton Rouge. The first person that I knew that had that owned the MPC that I first found out about the MPC was a guy from Baton Rouge. He's also a legend. He goes by the name of Greg Dukes, 12 Delta. He's been in business for many years, and that was my first time ever being in a recording studio. I was introduced to it by my friend. His name Tim. He goes by the name of Woden. He's also from Baton Rouge, but he ended up moving and living in Texas. And so I was introduced into the studio world. I want to say like in 1999, 2000. And that was my first time ever experience working on an MPC, which it was the MPC 3000. And Akai has a lot of great products, a lot of great products. What I want to say that I've been seeing that's been coming out, and I want to give my personal intake on it and everything like that is the MPC Key 37. Um, like I said again, man, big shout out to Akai because Akai makes really good products. They stand behind their product, and for people that don't know about the MPC, I highly recommend that any producer that's starting out, that's trying to get into the hardware gear, I would highly recommend getting the MPC because the MPC is a real good device. It's really good, and I highly recommend that to any producer that's trying to get into the analog world. You know, I know it's a lot of producers that use FL just as well as I do. Um, I use a lot of equipment, different equipment, and everything like that. So um, if you are getting into the analog world, I would recommend of getting an Akai just so you can get the feel, and also it's just the sound of it. You know what I'm saying? The sound is way incredible than any dog that's out right now. To make music with, to make beats with, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But my main thing that I really wanted to talk about is the Key 37. So first things first, like from like with the MPCs, they have a whole lineup of what they came out with. We're talking about the newer MPCs that they're released in the Millennium time, as we are in right now. And you have you have the MPC X, you have the MPC Live, the MPC Live 2, and then you have the MPC 1, the MPC 1 Plus, the MPC X SE, which is the special edition. I think that's like the 35th anniversary of the MPC. Um, you have the MPC Key 61, and you have the MPC Key 37. Now, which one do I have? I'm gonna tell you my which ones do I have and why I feel like they are good. What's the pros and what's the cons about it? You know what I'm saying? So first things first. When I first purchased the newer MPC, I purchased the MPC Live 2 from the beginning, the gold edition one. And at that time, I think I might have purchased it maybe 2 years ago. I purchased the MPC 2008, 2000. I'm sorry, not the MPC 2000. I'm sorry, the MPC Live, uh, the MPC Live 2. And at the time, I didn't think that they didn't have a lot of updates on the firmware at that time. And the stuff that I was trying to do, I was trying to connect it with my computer through, FL. And I knew that at that time it could be done, and that you could definitely hook it up and everything and use it as a VST. But for some reason, it wasn't working for me, and so I ended up taking it back. Did I regret taking it back? Yes, I did. But I just waited it out for a few. You know what I'm saying? For a few. Um, I waited it out and everything like that, and then once I started looking at the updates and everything like that, I went ahead and just said, you know what, I'm going to get the MPC Live 2 back. My friend, well, he's more than a friend. He's like a brother to me. Big shout out to my bro, Hard Body Be Easy, like one of the best producers and engineers in the game right now, from Louisiana. Um, he made me really get back into my MPC beat making, because um I always used hardware. I didn't dib and dab with everything. You know what I'm saying? My favorite board that I've worked with was the Korg Triton, the silver one when they first introduced it, the touchscreen Korg Triton. I had the regular one. I've used that and the MPC to connect it with, but I also used it variety of hardware gear too, like the Roland Phantom, the Yamaha Motif, different boards, different vintage boards. I always go after different boards that's giving me a different sound and everything like that. But my main piece that got me known of what of me producing was the Korg Triton and the MPC. Um, but my brother Be Easy, Hard Body Be Easy, big shout out to my bro, man. He he made me get back into doing production on the MPC. Like it was just the way it sounded and everything like that. He just reminded me that I had to go back the the MPC world. You know what I'm saying? And so I got back into it. So I found someone online that had the same exact MPC that I purchased from Guitar Center, and it was a little bit more cheaper. So I got in contact with him on purchasing the MPC, and I purchased it from him and everything like that, and everything worked, and everything works with it real good and everything like that. And so I've purchased it from him, and ever since then I haven't looked back. What I like about the MPC Live is that, comparing it to the Key 37, I feel like to me, the Key 37 is not bad, but I think it's for someone that's trying to start off, working on the MPC that doesn't have any knowledge of knowing how to work the MPC. You know what I'm saying? I think the Key 37 is for those guys that don't know anything about the MPC keys. I mean, like not the keys exactly, the MPC itself, and somebody that wants to get the functionality of a key. You know what I'm saying? I think it's for a beginner. You know what I'm saying? To me, my personal opinion, it's not a bad unit, but to me, I just feel like it doesn't have all the necessary things that I would need uh, on it. You know, I feel like that the MPC Live 2 is way better than the MPC Key 37, and here's my outtake on it. Here's my opinion on it. Um, you know, for one, the MPC Live 2 has, what I'm saying, multiple perks on it that I love about it. It has its own built-in speaker, and it has a lithium battery to where it can last anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. That's why I really love the MPC Live 2 because it has that. Um, I also like the MPC X. I don't own one, but if I do find one at a decent price, I will purchase it. And what's the difference between the Live and the MPC X? The MPC X is you know, as what they would say, the flagship of them all. You know what I'm saying? The MPC X is definitely a flagship, and everything is right in your face. You don't have to go to you don't have to double click any buttons to get to any menus or anything like that. Everything is, right there in arm's reach. It has more outs and ends. What else? Um, it has more outs and ends. It has, what else? I mean, to me, like I said, to me, I feel like everything is like all in one, right there in your face. Like every designated, it has its own designated button to it. You know what I'm saying? The Live, yeah, you have to double click on it, but you're there. You know what I'm saying? It don't even cause no, it don't even make any difference to me, in my opinion. Now, what I feel like, why I think the Live 2 is better than the Key 37, because for one, like I said, it has its perk. It has a lithium battery and it has a speaker. You know what I'm saying? Um, you also got, you have a lot of outs. Not too many ends just on the box itself, but if you get a class compliant interface, you can have a lot of ins and outs, which I love about that with any MPC that you work on, because you can plug up interface or whatever that's class compliant, and you can really, have a lot of ins and outs. But just the unit itself by itself, without even using a interface, the MPC Live have more options. It has more outs than the Key 37. Um, what else? I have options of storage. Um, I like the MPC Live because of the storage options. I have an option to use a a hard drive. I have a option to use a USB drive. I have an option to use a SD card, or I have an option, excuse me, to use a internal SATA hard drive on SSD. And that's what I love about it. And people will say, well, man, what's the point of you having all that storage and stuff like that? I mean, for me, it's a lot of stuff that I have, files and sounds and everything, that I would like to have all my stuff sitting in my hard drive independently, to where like I don't have to carry an external hard drive. I don't need to carry all this other smaller things like a SD card and have a possibility of losing that. You know what I'm saying? Everything is on my drive. I don't have to do all that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to take a external drive hoping that it don't drop or fall or break or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Versus me having it already internally into my MPC Live 2. That's why I like it way better than the Key 37. It has that option, you know what I'm saying? I can use a thumb drive, I can use my SD card, I can use a USB card, or I can use a hard drive, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like they made that ahead of its time. And I feel like with the Key 37, man, they could have just had it to where it had a battery in it. I could care less if it did have speakers on it or not. I mean, that probably would have been something if they wanted to put on there and they felt like they could have put on there. Yeah, that would have been cool, but I really don't care for having some speakers on a keyboard. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I would suggest for a keyboard to be that small and portable like that, at least have a battery on it. You know what I'm saying? Um, I have a friend of mine, you know, he owns a Key 37, and we was joking, you know what I'm saying, but it's a lot of stuff that I made my point across, like I don't have to worry about transferring anything onto my live if I already got a hard drive with everything on it. I can store, all my splice samples on that one drive. And if I want to upgrade my hard drive, I can upgrade the hard drive, you know what I'm saying, internally. So if I wanted to upgrade it from a 500 gigabytes to 2 terabytes, I can. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the type of person that I am, like, I wouldn't mind bringing that as a standalone unit and having everything in my MPC, to where everything that's stored on my computer that has sounds and everything is being stored right there in that hard drive. I could just pick it up and go. I don't have to hook it up to a computer, wait till all this load up in there. I got everything that I needed in there. I got everything that I need in my MPC. Everything everything is on there. Everything is on there. I don't have to worry about if, you know what I'm saying, this is on here or that on there. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Um, what else I seen with the MPC Key 37? Oh, and the Key 37, it only has two main outs and two main ins. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can hook up a class compliant. Excuse me, a class compliant, interface and hook it up to it, and you have a lot of ins and outs, and that's cool. But you have to buy another. Like, let's just say you want to hook your hard drive up to it, and let's just say your SD card, you ain't got enough storage on your SD card, which the SD cards now they have up to like 1 terabyte. I see. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say you didn't have all that. You know what I'm saying? And you wanted to hook your hard drive up to it. You have to buy a hub, a USB hub, in order for to get multiple, you know, USB devices hooked up to it, which is a external hard drive. What else? Your interface if you're using an interface. Um, a lot of those stuff, you gotta have that hooked up to it. And like I said again, with the Key 37, the good thing that I like about the Key 37 is that it got the keys. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I really don't I really don't care for it. I really don't care for it because like I said, man, it's people that go and purchase it because they are really diehard Akai fans. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, and I'm always think I'm always work smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? And if it's necessary for me to spend my hard working money on a unit that I feel like is going to help benefit me in the long run, then I will spend the money. But if it don't, then I don't need to. And for me, in my opinion, it's not necessary to spend almost $900. Well, yeah, you could say $900 because the product is $900 with tax. You know, it's 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 no way that I would spend my money on buying a Key 37 when I have a lab that does way more than the Key 37. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad unit. It's not a bad unit at all. The appearance is great. It looks good. Um, it has keys on it. Um, you know, it has its ins and outs. You can hook up a interface up to it that's class compliant to have more ins and outs. But the downside of it is like you don't you don't have those options to where like you got a extra USB or you know all those all that stuff, man. Like I feel like the Live 2 to me they really went ahead of their time. Even with the regular Live, the first Live, you feel what I'm saying? And that one don't even have a speaker, but it's still good. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like they overrated the Key 37. It's not a bad unit for beginners. Again, it's not a bad unit to purchase if you're getting into the analog gear. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a good buy for those that don't know about the MPC that want to learn and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad buy. It's definitely not a bad buy. Me as a professional, MPC and then mess with all the MPCs. Me personally, I wouldn't buy it just because of the simple fact it doesn't do what the MPC Live 2 does. You know, the Live has its own battery. It has its own speaker. I can hook a keyboard up to it, and that's what people was like saying too. Oh man, I could just bring this with me. I don't even need to have. I gotta pack up this with a keyboard and all this and everything like that, man. With this unit, it's everything all in one. I have the MPC experience with the keys in it, and I don't have to take a lot of stuff with me and everything like that. Okay, yeah, true. But with the Live, you could take a small keyboard. You could take a small fucking keyboard and just travel with it. You know what I'm saying? You could take a small keyboard and travel with it. You know what I'm saying? They making it a big deal like, oh man, I gotta pack extra bags. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because as you can see, they making keyboards small enough for you to pack up with the Live. You know what I'm saying? So I just think what it is, bro, it's people that are real diehard Akai fans, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Cause like I said, I was looking into it when it was first brought to my attention when they showed all the pictures and stuff like that. Um, I was considering it. I was considering on buying the unit myself. You know what I'm saying? But at first thing first, what I had to look into was was it going to be convenient for me to work with? You know what I'm saying? Because right now I already got this Lav, and this Lav got the battery and the speakers. So I wanted to see, you know, exactly if this was going to help benefit me if I was to purchase this. When I seen that they didn't announce that it had a battery in it, I instantly just denied myself of purchasing that unit like that, because I was like, it don't even make no sense for me to buy something like that when I have the Live 2 that do everything that I needed to do and a little bit more. And it still sound the same. Like, if it still sound the same, why would I get a standalone unit with keys on it if it's gonna do the same thing that I'm doing on the Live? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's a bad for me. Like I said, an experience, a professional, a person that been in the production game and been an artist for over 10 years, bro. Like, for me, it's like, no, that's a bad buy. I wouldn't purchase that because I wouldn't purchase it because it does the same exact thing as the Live 2. Like, I'm not missing nothing. A lot of people say, "Oh man, well, they got the buttons to where like you could press this and you could do." You know what I'm saying? Man, it's the same thing. Some people may like hitting one button to get to where they going. I don't mind hitting my buttons twice, quick. It don't matter. It don't matter as long as I can get there. It don't matter what kind of car I drive as long as I can make it there. As long as it can get me from point A to point B. That's my whole thing about it. You know what I'm saying? So again, for me, it was a no buy for the Key 37 because, like I said, man, I was looking at the pros and cons with it. Like I said, it is a good unit if you are a person that's looking into getting hardware gear, and for the production side, if you wanted to get something that's with keys, I feel like that the MPC Key 37 is the best buy to get at a price of what they're charging. It's definitely a good price to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Um, it got the keys on it and everything, and it gives you and I think they give you a one voucher for it. But for me, a professional, um, I'll stick to my Live too until they come out with something else. Which I'm thinking that they are gonna come out with another MPC Live like that mini. Man, I don't too much care for that. Like, it's a lot of people that were saying, "Oh man, I kind of need to make the MPC Mini and everything like that." You know what I feel is the Mini right now? The MPC One and the MPC One Plus, and the Key 37 is all it is a MPC One Plus, and they added keys. That's it. It's the MPC One Plus with keys. You feel what I'm saying? It's nothing else. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing else. It's nothing else. It's nothing. It's nothing else. It's an MPC One with keys. That's it. And like I said, for anyone that's trying to look into purchasing hardware gear and been looking into Akai products, I recommend purchasing the Key 37 as a start off. You feel what I'm saying? But if you are a professional or whatever like that, man, my best take on it is to either get if you're a person that like keys and you wanted to have it maxed out for all right for one, and then that's another thing, the Key 61. Okay, the Key 61 has everything that you need. You can expand it with more. You can expand it with a bigger hard drive. The only thing that that the Key 61 doesn't have on the unit is an SD card. But who cares? I could care less about the SD card being on the MPC Key 61. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could care less about that. My main thing is if it got like the USB drives, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? The USB drives, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Also, like I said again, also you have an option to put a hard drive in it, so you don't have to worry about saving anything internal, any sounds or everything or anything like that. And it comes with 4 gigs of RAM. It comes with 4 gigs of RAM, so that's what I like about the Key 61. The MPC Key 37 only has two, the same amount as the MPC Live 2. But with the MPC Live 2, you have option to put an SSD drive in it, SD card or USB stick. It don't matter. They made it universal. Whether if you're old school or a new head. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, man, I'm not too much hyped up about the Key 37. You know what I'm saying? When I first saw that the Key 37 was coming out, one thing I said, man, I hope that they put a battery in there. That would have made me buy the unit. Me being a professional producer and and I'm always using a kind of products. The main thing that would have made me consider on buying that unit if it had a battery in it. If it had a battery in that unit, if it had a battery in that unit, I would definitely purchase that unit. You know what I'm saying? But by it don't have the battery in it and everything like that, and it's people that's buying these other batteries, but you got to understand. Look how much more you got to pack up. Look how much more you got to have it looking all bulky in the back. If you got any type of adhesive, like some stick adhesive stickers or anything like that to try to stick the hard drive on the back along with the battery. Look how much you got to lay around there and do for to make that unit have the stuff that we really wanted on that unit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a big stupid big lump battery in it. I mean, not inside of the unit, but on the outside. You know what I'm saying? And you got your hard drive, so you got to plug that up. And so now you got all these devices hanging off off the unit, and it's looking a mess. Versus me, I can bring my live anywhere. I got 6 hours to do whatever it is I need to do. 6 hours. I can hook a keyboard up to it. You know what I'm saying? I can also use a keyboard that's not MIDI that has its own internal sounds, and I can use that together with that. I can use up to 2 keyboards simultaneously. If I'm saying it right, I'm gonna just say at the same time. I ain't gonna say that word because I think I was trying to say it right. Simultaneously. Yeah, that's the word. Simultaneously. You know, you can use 2 keyboards. You know what I'm saying? Versus using one with that unit. I can use two. You know what I'm saying? I have options with the Live 2 than I would have with the Key 37. And like I said, I'm not downplaying the Key 37 because it's a good unit. And like I said, if you are a producer that's just getting into the, hardware gear and everything like that, and you are curious about, working with the MPC, but you are a keyboard player or whatever, you could get the Key 37 as your startup. You know what I'm saying? If you advance, you could go ahead and upgrade it to the Key 61. You know what I'm saying? Only downside about that is on the Key 61, it doesn't have an SD card, which to me personally, that don't even matter. That don't even matter. So I feel like the best ones to me, in my opinion, and these are the ones that I own, is the MPC Live 2 and the MPC Key 37. I'm looking for MPC X, and it don't even have to be the special edition. I'm 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 mainly looking for the MPC X. Like it don't even have to be the SE. If I can find a special edition MPC X special edition on a good price, I would definitely purchase that. But it's not necessary for me. I would go ahead and stick with the MPC X. You know. But as of right now, what I own and what I'm working off of is the MPC Live 2 and the MPC Key 61. You know, and the benefits of the Key 61 is I have all my sounds, and by me having owning all those sounds that come with the keyboard of the Key 61, I don't have to make another purchase on getting those sounds, those instrument sounds that's on the Key 61 and have it moved into the MPC Live. I could just go in and sign in under my account. My keyboard is registered under my name. I can log into my account from my in music, and all of my sounds are gonna pull up into that unit. As long as I got a hard drive that can store it, it'll have everything in it. So I'm definitely I'm definitely loving my Key 61 and my MPC Lab too. Um, if you are a beginner, again, if you are someone that's looking for something and you're trying to get into the analog, world, working on a kind, and you are a keyboard player and you're trying to learn, I highly recommend buying the Key 37. But you are very limited to what you can do with it. You know what I'm saying? Um, is it portable? From what I heard, I haven't seen one up close, but from what I heard, it is very portable. You can definitely put it in a backpack, and well, I don't know if you can put it in a backpack or anything, but it's definitely portable. The downside is you got to have it plugged up. It don't have a battery on it, and for me, if I'm working on my MPC, I like to have it on a plane or something like that. So that's why I choose the Live over the MPC Key 37 because of that functionality that I can bring it on the plane, make beats right then and there, and I have 6 hours to do what I need to do, anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. Uh, I have a lot of time to do what I could do. So to make a long story short, um, if you're gonna spend anything, if I feel like this, if you're gonna spend any money on a car product, get the Live too, cause you got options to do whatever it is that you want to do. And a lot of people own, like I ain't gonna say a lot of people own MIDI boards, but I'm pretty sure if you are a musician and you go and you bounce from studio to studio, I'm pretty sure in those studios they have MIDI controllers that they can let you use to plug up the MIDI board into your Live too. You know what I'm saying? My best for that price, and then like I said, I think you could find some stuff, on these different sites that are very trustworthy sites. You feel what I'm saying? That you can go on and you can actually find a Live maybe less than what they're selling it for brand new, and it's still in excellent mint condition. You know what I'm saying? For the same price as the Key 37. You know what I'm saying? Now the overall of what I think you should get, if you ask me, but be real, DJ, be real. What you think I should get, bro? What you think I should get that's gonna do whatever I need to do and everything and have everything all in one, and I ain't got to worry about this here. You know what I'm saying? Personally, my personal opinion, my personal preference. If you were to ask me what I think you should get, my first thing is gonna tell you, I think you should get the MPC Live too. The MPC Live 2. I think you need to get. I think the MPC Live 2 is definitely something that you could consider getting. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like you should get the MPC Live 2. You know what I'm saying? And that'll be my personal intake on it, my personal opinion about it. I feel like the MPC Live 2 wins it all. You know what I'm saying? Again, me as a professional producer, I'm looking for an MPC X or MPC X Special Edition. You know what I'm saying? Because again, for me, using the MPC for so long and me knowing what I'm doing, I can definitely go at a bigger unit. You know what I'm saying? A bigger unit to use. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, would I get rid of my MPC Live? Hell no, no, definitely not. Definitely not. I love the MPC Live too, and I wouldn't definitely sell it. I would not sell my unit. No, I think that's what they should have did. So there you have it, bro. Everybody, you know what I'm saying. I know. Look, ain't nobody even really come in on this live, but hopefully they'll have this on my page so people could go and watch it and give their opinion about it or whatever. But that's my intake on it. That's how I feel. Um, the MPC Key 37 is definitely not a bad unit because of the simple fact it still runs the it still runs the operating system with any other hardware MPCs like the Live 2, the Key 61, the MPCX, the special editions, you know what I'm saying, and so on. Very good unit, you know what I'm saying? But my intake on it, I think that's putting a hole in my wallet. If I were to go and purchase that unit, I don't think excuse me, that is necessary to go and purchase that. I really feel like that the MPC Live 2 is one of the best units, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Um, but if this live go back up, if y'all listen to this, feel free to leave your comments. Tell me what you think about it. And everything, man. Because like I said, man, for me, in my opinion, I would definitely hold out on purchasing a Key 37 if you are a professional producer. You know what I'm saying? Um, Me personally, I'll hold out on it. I'll hold out on it. That's my intake on it. Hopefully that this live will be up, and hopefully they will let y'all, watch it again just to see, and y'all leave y'all comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. But me personally, um, I go with the live too. I go with the live too, hands down. You know what I'm saying? But all the machines that Akai come out with has its pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, the live two is where it's at. And y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think the Key 37 is better than the live two? Which in my opinion is not. Or do y'all think the live two is better than the Key 37? Which in my opinion I think it is. But y'all leave y'all comments. Let me know what y'all think. And I'm gonna be doing more live on my YouTube, and I'm gonna be sharing this a lot. So we're gonna be, we're gonna keep it all the way clean. But if you're able to watch this live back again, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Give me your honest opinion about it, and we can go from there. Until next time, this your boy DJ Be Real, and I'm out. I'm out.